All righty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, back to the USA rink in Lake Placid, New York, as we return for the second period puck drop. Glenn Burnett here with you alongside Wayne Scheller, our camera operations. Thanks a lot for helping out with all the video stuff. Watching his games is like watching art on the ice. And I only feel good enough to be one of the play-by-play commentators to go alongside as we see Panico setting up on the left side. We'll see what kind of adjustments have happened during the intermission. Craven losing the handle as Kayamov comes up with a loose puck. Coming into the second half, trailing 3-0, the Huskies having to take stock of what they've done in the first half and look for some adjustments in the second half. They need goals. And they need a few of them to get into this game. And a turnover as Kirschenbaum trying to shut that down, and that signal to goal, and the Kings starting off the way they left it in the first half. And the South Shore Kings will certainly be stiff competition against these Huskies. They started out with strong forechecking, good possessions, and that leaves little room for miscues. Within the first minute of the second half, the South Shore Kings extending the lead, now up 4-0.
South Shore goal scored by number 20, Nick Weber.
Boudreau pinned up against the boards. Could it just be that this isn't the Huskies' day? I don't think the Huskies would see it that way. Every hockey day is a Huskies hockey day played around the end boards. Into the corner. As the Kings clearing this out, and wisely trying to put it on net, trying to avoid the icing. That'll go down and no icing called as Cielo comes up with it. Soselka from the near side. Stripped away by Larkin. Larkin trying to work it down the ladder as it's popped out into neutral ice. Deceptive puck play as it slips out of view on the near side. Picked up by Soselka. Barging through as Larkin disrupting the play. The Huskies able to get it into the offensive zone, but now turned over. And Akasaka, always trusty to get back on the back check, handling the puck. This one deflected at the half boards right onto the stick of the center, just above the slot. And now a wrister, that one whizzing through the air. Got a little bit of a redirect on the back end, but too far on the angle. Played out to the half boards. And Merriman with a little shove. Sena picking up the loose puck with help on the backside. Fleischman hoping for a rebound. Takes the rebound off the end boards. Picks it up in the face-off circle as Sena tosses it towards the corner. Popped out to neutral ice. Michelli out to the left wing side. Down below the goal line. Smith trying to poke check it away. And Sena trying to apply pressure. Picked up by Fleischman. Fleischman across to Merriman. Poke checked away. Played from D to D as one of the Kings players down on the ice in the center circle. That kind of stalled up their movement forward as they were looking to go through the center to progress it. Close call out in front of the net as Fleischman got a piece of that. Picked up at the half boards as LaValle applying pressure. That one pops up and over the boards. And so we'll get a play stoppage. LaValle, Cielo, And Lasky out there. Lasky joining the bunch. Chased down behind the net. Tossed out towards the point. Looking for a wrister. That one slips all the way through traffic. Found every hole but the goal as it crashed through to the end boards. Looks like we've got a fractured stick out on the ice. I see 2 segments of stick. Well, that'll make a nice recycled gift item. As we see Panico having trouble getting into the penalty box. I can only imagine whose stick that is. If that is evidence of a cross-checking, I'll say I agree with that penalty call. As Panico has already gone to the box for cross-checking. Apparently he's just trying to get rid of an old stick. Couldn't get it on the first cross-checking penalty. As we're awaiting equipment transfer, and they're going to let it go to action as they can't find which stick is Panico's, and the official doesn't feel it's his responsibility to sort through the equipment blunders. If you didn't want to lose your stick in half, perhaps you might have held out a little bit on that hit. Hey, give it up to Panico for playing a physical brand of hockey. Played out to the point. Wrister. That one caught on the inside of the leg of Boudreau as he settles it down, and Sena comes up. Crows down low in the corner. Let's see if they can shake things up. Playing it around in the corner. Boudreau drifting out into neutral ice as the Kings trying to drift behind the defense. And the Huskies well aware, keeping them within the periphery. Losing an edge, swatting the putt wisely to the perimeter over to the boards. That helped head off any danger as the Kings not only recovering but laying a hit at the same time. Lombardi entering in on the left wing side from behind the net out to the point from the right side over to the left point. Saselka down low, pressing up by the point man. Disrupting the shot. On the disrupted shot, it goes to the side door. The Kings able to get the loose action alongside Kirschenbaum, backhanding it into the net. A little bit of misdirection there as Saselka might have influenced that play. Coming up at the point, sweeping the stick, which threw the shot wide of the net. As Kirschenbaum had been watching that coming straight down towards him, anticipating it would get there within a certain time. Instead, it was a little bit later. That threw off the timing for Kirschenbaum. And on the side door with a backhander, just as things got a little bit staggered out there, the Kings able to come up with another one. And now the Kings sending one to the box. And that looks like a slashing call. And so Kurowski heads to the box. He'll serve 2. With 19:08 remaining second half. And the Kings are looking to close the door on this one early. As we know, once we get to this 15 minutes remaining in the second half, I believe, I could be incorrect, but as they get to a certain time point at this differential, we'll go to a running clock. That might be a couple to a few minutes out if the Huskies aren't able to close the gap soon. As that last goal might serve to be the whammy against the Huskies. Played along the near side. Angled out to Merriman. Merriman with a wrister. That one catches a defender and sails wide. Renner trying to get it deep in the zone. As this one ticked down in front, a good play by Soselka. Hegyi couldn't get around to it in time. Actually, that's the other way around. Good play by Hegyi. Soselka couldn't get to it. That was ticked out along the side door. About as close a look as the Huskies had. Renner, who's got a lot of firepower on that shot, hands it off to Merriman. Merriman with a shot deflected off the defense. As the Huskies continue the power play. That one was deflected. Loose puck sent down to the other end. Renner will chase down and gather the loose puck with heavy pressure down low. And with nothing to lose, given the lead that they have, might as well continue to aggressively attack. And that's just what the Kings are doing. And here we go as a countdown starts right now. It's 17 minutes, as I understand. With a 5-goal differential, this will go to a running clock. Panico needs to get something off here before the end, before anything is blown dead. This may be announced momentarily. And if it goes to a running clock, we will see either one of two things. This will slip away from the Huskies, or we will see a flurry of action. Either way, we don't expect the Huskies to go down with without a little agitation out on the ice. As this one comes back into the King zone, LaValle, as the clock is tumbling down now on a running clock. We may hear an announcement. Otherwise, just a heads up, if you notice that the period is speeding up to the back door, and they do it again. The Kings looking to claim this one, putting a stamp on it just as they go into running time, putting another one in, and the Huskies thoroughly frustrated. As King skates out towards the bench to join the celebration. As we're just inside 15 and a half left in the half on a running clock, and the Kings pitching a shutout. And it looks like we have another penalty. As Smith will go to the box. And the Kings will send one off as well. Renner on the ice. Opposite Kayamov. Sena battling it out. And Craven comes up with it for the Kings. Angled out towards the left wing. And Michelli, unattended, finally putting the resources out towards the wing. The Huskies come away with it. Crows to Sena. Sena to the right side, looking for some magic. Held in at the line, Renner plays it down low. Fleischman swings it around to the backside as Crows gives a hit. Fleischman with a shot, blocked away by King. Sena.
Both 2 minutes for selection. Primary penalties, 14:53.
Played out to center ice. Stripped away from Crows. Loose puck picked up by Soselka and then losing the handle. And now here come the Kings. Larkin from the left wing side. Getting down low, Akasaka. putting on good defensive pressure. And Kayamov from behind the net. He's got Hegyi up ahead. Looking to hit Hegyi. And that one slips past him. Kings with it as they hook up a pass at the center circle. Gathered up by Merriman. Played in from the right wing side, flipped over towards Kirschenbaum. That one deflected off the tip of the glove and ends up around to the half boards. Fenton with a wrister, wide of the net. Played around the end boards. Just inside of 12.5 to go. Glenn Burnett here with the play-by-play and color commentary at the USA Rink in Lake Placid, New York. You're watching the Northwood School Hockey Invitational, a traditional weekend tournament hosted by the Northwood School in Lake Placid, New York. A decades-long tradition. Hegyi with the loose puck. And now Northwood just playing to put something on the board. One brick at a time. Even if they end up defeated on this game, they certainly want to come up with some positives. And right now it's hard to put anything together as positives. Good play, as you might see out there on the ice, still not amounting to anything on the scoreboard. Played out to the right face-off circle, shot off of the end boards. Played out towards the point. This one pops out to neutral ice. Kings with it. Larkin out towards the right side D. Trying to dump it up into the Northwood zone, but that one got deflected. Remaining in neutral ice as the Kings playing it back through the center. Played in on net. As we see Della Quadri getting some ice time out there. And now Panico looking to disrupt the play. Delayed offsides at Della Quadri will come off. LaValle back in. Panico looking for the loose puck. They're back out on sides from the left faceoff circle. LaValle trying to square up. Well played by the defense. As this is pinned up against the end boards, Lasky comes away with it. Played out to the point. Renner with a clapper. That one rocks off of the end boards. Rebound picked up on the left side by Panico. Throwing it across the low slot. It comes around to Lasky. Lasky losing the puck into the middle of the ice, and the Kings send it up ahead. Cielo settling the puck down. Chase from behind. Drops it off for Renner. LaValle looking for the left side. Trying to give an outlet opportunity. Clearing out some room. Backhanded play as Panico takes a jab with the stick on the defender. Perhaps something brewing between the two of them. Panico getting caught up on the puck. Played out towards the side of the cage. Inside of 10 minutes remaining in game time on a running clock. As the Kings continuing to play tough hockey, and the Huskies having to respond. Ooh, as Gabri just caught the puck on the backside of the helmet. That caught number 10 there. And just glanced off the backside. Good thing he has the protective gear. Certainly out of his view. Nice thing that they have those cages as well, as that puck will flip up into the bench area very quickly, and it only takes a little bit of a jab from a puck to the face to do some damage. As we pick up a face-off outside the King zone on the near side dot. Down below 9 minutes to go. Glenn Burnett here with the play-by-play and color commentary alongside log-time camera operator, part-time hockey whisperer. Always a pleasure to get Mr. Scheller out here alongside me, occasionally giving me an opportunity to ask him a question, put him on the spot. You know, focusing that camera takes a lot of discipline, steady hands, a good eye, and knowledge of hockey as you get to know what happens out on the ice. I occasionally get a chance to do a little bit of post-production as this comes out to neutral ice. Nothing happening right now, just a mix of turnovers. I get to do post-production every once in a while, and I get to watch the handiwork of Wayne, and it makes it pretty easy to do. You'd think that watching the live event is about as easy as it would get to call the play-by-play and color commentary. But actually, if you put it up on a big screen and you've got a good steady camera operator, as Wayne is, you get a good viewing experience. Makes it very easy for me to lay down some play-by-play after the fact. And sometimes that's what people want. So thanks a lot, Wayne, for delivering the quality goods. Sena stepping in for the face-off. Clock still running down. Got a little ways to go. And Kayamov trying to lay a hit on the Kings player who had the same idea. As Kayamov loses an edge, reversing around out in front of Kirschenbaum. Now trailing the play, coming back up at the point. Della Quadri back out on the ice, earning some minutes. And now Michelli through neutral ice. Played from D to D, out towards the right side. A miscommunication there, as it appeared that Hornbecker was riding right alongside, and his teammate thought that he might have seen that he was going to hand it off, but he did not. It was out of his peripheral view. Well, that's actually not Hornbecker. That's Hirschenberger. And now Soselka from the right side. Played around the end boards. As the Huskies trying to get the power play goal here. This one bombed all the way over to the Husky zone. Tossed across the air past the blue line, and here comes Lasky trying to work through traffic. Tossed up past the official, trying to avoid the rebound on the puck. Kayamov. Played out to Hegyi. Quiet day for Hegyi. Played around the poke check. A little give and go action. Self-receiving. And now a little bit of an imbroglio behind the goal line. And now we're getting a little bit of vocal action coming off the Kings bench. Some folks addressing Merriman. Merriman better to just skate away. They can't have anything nice to say, certainly. And if you're just looking for a handshake, just wait until the end of game time. As both teams send one to the box. Most of this just negotiating time off of the clock, isn't it? Lasky heads to the box. And that looks like that might be perhaps misconduct being served, as the Huskies will have 2 in the box, but they will skate 5-on-4. And LaValle racing up ahead, determined to take the puck back and try to put something on net. We got a high sticking call. That'll go against the Kings. As we heard the officials shouting it out once that one was launched above the shoulder out to neutral ice. Knocked down from above the shoulder with a stick. Call was made. That means that the Huskies would be the only ones who could continue action. Kings contacted it and now end up with a face-off in their own zone. And now picking the pocket from behind the net, LaValle, as this one erupts into a little bit more. And I might take a little exception to Craven's reaction. It's one thing to come in and defend, to shove someone's helmet off of them. And this is at the tail end of the game, so a lot of these penalties go for naught. Don't know if there's any cumulative point system that carries over into any other play, as there may be a possibility that they will be exited from the game. And we don't know how that's going to impact their availability in the remainder of the tournament, as Garneau and Craven will be ushered out and LaValle ushered out as well. If I were LaValle, I might have wanted to make sure that I had one of my personnel people walking me down that hallway with the other 2. Of course, some of this frustration is just limited to the ice play. A certain kind of conditioning that says if your skates are on the ice, you're shoving your opponent. As we understand, throughout all different organized sports, the action is generally left on the competing surface. And now the Huskies go to a 5-on-4. Boudreau picking it up and walking the dog, tossing it out towards the left side. Lasky stirring it up at the center circle. As we see Murphy out on the ice. Played out towards the side. Just 23 seconds left. We'll see if anything else gets over a goal line. Well, thank you. As this one launched well over the glass. Caught by a spectator standing up along the staircase. Paying close attention, always nice when you're just beyond the glass and you know what's happening. That buzzer means we're done. The Kings put this one away. They did it from start to finish. Strong forechecking to start the scoring, and they followed through. They suffered some penalties, just as the Huskies. Many of them taking penalties that they probably should not have taken. Both sides fairly equally when it comes to the penalty side of things. But you cannot yield any quarter to a team like the Kings, apparently, as they skate through the handshake line, exchanging goodwill. Good game, good game. Maybe next time. Safe travels, good meals, and good luck. What a great day to be a hockey player. What a great day to play hockey. So there you have it. At the end of regulation, the Kings with a 6-0 win. A dominant victory. We'll take a quick break and come back for more from the USA Rink in Lake Placid, New York. You're watching Northwood School Hockey Invitational Tournament. We'll be right back.